Thank you for joining us for the CCA pre-tournament press conference. With us today, we have the number 5 seed on the men's side, Cal State Dominguez Hills. Representing the Toros today, we have head coach Steve Becker and student athlete Jordan Hillstock. All right, coach, just take me through a little bit of your season this year. And you guys really played well the second half of the year. Just talking about the momentum you kind of created heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, we've got a great deal of experience and a group of guys who are really competitive. And so for us, we've been talking a lot about finding our identity. We also have quite a bit of transfers who, contribute obviously significantly into our identity. And so we're trying to play our best basketball, obviously, this time of the year. And a lot of that has to do with us being consistent with our effort in the areas that we've determined to be our identity, as I mentioned. So, no, we've got a great group of guys, really excited to get the opportunity to compete in the CCAA, tournament here. It's been such an up and down year with 5 games being canceled and 4 of which were home games. And, we're just excited to compete because we've seen that this can be taken from us, in an instance. And so I think our guys have felt the disappointment of those games. And so, again, the opportunity to play this time of year is something we're really excited about.
You actually hit on one that I wanted to ask Jordan about anyway. I wanted to talk to you about how you guys came together so quickly to bond. It looked like you guys, maybe the year just took a little bit to figure it out, but it seems like you guys have really come together with a lot of transfers, a lot of other people, and had cohesion out there. What has kind of been some of the secrets to bond together as a team with so many new teammates?
Well, we also, outside of on the court and in practice and stuff, we kind of do team dinners with each other. And, we just do a lot of bonding outside of basketball. And we'll actually have really vulnerable moments with each other, which, allowed us to grow even closer and just, really keep it real with each other. So I think that's played the biggest part.
Wow. No, very good answer. I actually was going to ask you something different, but I'm going to ask you this now. We can look at the box score, we can see the stats, we can see all that other stuff, but what do you feel is one of your team's greatest strengths? Maybe something that doesn't show up in a box score like rebounding or defense, but what do you feel is something that kind of makes you guys click as a team?
I would say it would be the family element. It literally just feel like these dudes are really my brothers. We can joke around, just anything. It's really nice to have that, that connection with one another. And yeah.
No, fantastic. That's what we're hoping to hear. Coach Becker, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about this one. So we talked about you guys being the 5 seed, but that also means that the regular season's complete and postseason wipes the slate clean for everybody. Everybody's going in this playoffs at 0-0. What does this tournament mean, both for your team that you have this year, but also for what you have for your program going forward? How important these postseason opportunities right now?
Yeah, for us, it's critical, right? And so for us, we didn't play as well we would have liked to in our most recent road trip that we're just coming back from. And that's part of us coming together as a team and building that cohesion to play your best basketball this time of year when it's required most. And we also have, we'll only have 3 seniors. And so we have quite a bit of returning experience of guys that are getting, invaluable experience right now because they're playing so much in these big moments. And so, for us, playing your best basketball this time of year has to do with having good people in your program who care and compete, having guys who are bought into their roles and what it takes to win, guys that don't, take this opportunity for granted. And also in that you need to have good enough players. And so for us, we feel like we have good players. We have really good people who I'm very proud of. And so for us, as we've gone through the goods and bads and the growing pains of having a pretty transfer heavy team, the cohesion and the coming together and the building of the consistencies, as you mentioned, to win is been something that we're all about right now while we're trying to build towards. So not sure if that answered your question exactly, but we're trying to, this season's been one of learning each other. And there's been peaks and valleys of that. And so for us right now, it's about playing our best basketball because we have good people who care. And so when you have good people who care, I think you have an opportunity to make a run. And so, like you said, everybody's, kind of having a clean slate right now. We just don't want this season to end, and we need to come together and try to, allow for a run to come together as much as we can here.
Well, the thing that's really impressed me about your team, you mentioned you guys maybe struggled early on in the year, but you guys really picked up the momentum, especially when the calendar turned to 2022. And that's also within the CCA conference. And we know that this conference is a pretty good conference. I mean, it's got 3 teams in the top 3 of the regional. Is how much of I'll ask Jordan this one, how much of a, for a cliche term, is a meat grinder is the conference? How well does this prepare both your team and other teams for postseason play with the opponents you guys have to face week in and week out?
Well, I mean, iron sharpens iron, and I feel like playing against some of the best competition on our side of or in our region definitely helps us. And going game to game, especially going in different environments that are kind of a little more hostile than others, I think it really benefits us for sure.
Fantastic. Rick?
If I could add, Jordan, you talk about hostile environment. You're actually going to be playing on a neutral site again, pretty much the entire tournament, unlike last season where it was at a host school. So now you're at a neutral site with Monterey Bay. Talk about what difference that could mean to the program playing somewhere that is basically neutral grounds.
Well, I mean, I think that gives everybody a fair shot, first off. And I feel like everybody just has to come in with a really, locked in mindset. And I feel like whatever team does that the most and stays the most concentrated and, what do I want to say? Yeah, whoever just stays the most concentrated and, locked in for that, 3 days out there is going to come out on top. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
I can elaborate on that if you don't mind. I think, playing on a neutral court is something that, for us, there's no excuses, no officiating, no home cooking, or no anything that you could ever have an excuse for as a student athlete or as a coach. Right. And so throw that out the window and let's compete. And so, I think that's something that you can use as a motivational tactic with your team to essentially cut through the BS and let's lock in here. There's no officiating difference here. Let's do what it takes to continue the season. Right.
All right. I have a final question for you, unless Rick has one more.
No, I was just going to ask another question for Jordan. You just played Monterey Bay 2 weeks ago. It was the first and only time in the regular season. That was a huge win for the program at that point. What are the expectations playing them again 2 weeks after their home game?
Well, we did beat them, but I know they're definitely going to come out fired up to, especially first round of the tournament. They're going to want to get one back at us. So, we can't come out lackadaisical. We know what it takes to beat them, but we're definitely going to have to turn it up a notch and not take them for granted, and keep that same chip on our shoulder going into the tournament and play together as a team.
All right. Here's the final question I got for you. This is one for each, just a short answer. You guys are either up 1 or down 1. 10 seconds left on the ball, 10 seconds on the clock. Would you rather be on offense, down 1, or be on defense, up 1? Where you have to get a stop this is to win the game. Offense to win the game, or be on defense to win the game. I'll let Jordan go first to see if it's the right answer for the coach.
Okay. Well, me personally, I really, really love defense, and I take pride in defense. And I would say defense. Get one stop and you win to win a game.
Yep.
My guys can, lock in and just sit and get gritty and, yeah, I have faith in my guys. I feel like we're gonna get that stop.
I like it.
One stop.
Coach, what do you got?
Great answer. Yeah. We want to be up in any circumstance, and we want to be tested to see if we can get a stop and a defensive rebound and play intelligently without fouling. We want to be up without question. Yeah. And if I got this guy on the court, Jordan Hillstock's a guy that I feel very confident will lead us to that stop and secure the rebound and probably fix somebody's mistake in the process. So no question on my end.
Love it. Love it. Well, we look forward to watching you guys play in your opening round matchup. Your matchup, as you mentioned, it will be against the 4 seed, Cal State Monterey Bay. And you guys play the night game on Thursday. So at March 3rd. So you guys be at 8 o'clock. That game will be available on the CCA network. And we look forward to it. Should be fun. And we look forward to seeing you both up in Arcata. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the opportunity here. We'll see you up there.
Absolutely. See you there. Bye.